you ever met someone and the most notable thing about them is how amazing they smell? Like, hey, can we pause this conversation for a second? Because I need to know why you smell so good and why all I ever smell like is my deodorant if you get too close. Yeah, I want to be that person, like desperately. But when I go online to buy fragrance, I'm overwhelmed by options and price and decide that I will just remain stinky. But that is no longer an issue for me, thanks to today's sponsor, Scentbird. I like having options of scents because every outfit and occasion has a different vibe, like how a summer perfume doesn't fit the winter. But the cost of full-size bottles are expensive, some ranging from $300 to $500. So instead, I would just not buy any due to the large commitment and because it felt like it was a frivolous purchase. But with Scentbird, you get to try one or more of their over 700 scents a month, with your first fragrance being only $8, and your next month will only be $16.95. Along with that, I can change my fragrance every month and try out new scents I never thought that I would get the chance to try. So instead of one large bottle, I have an array of scents that are a 30-day supply. Some even from expensive brands like Prada, Versace, and niche labels like Perfume and Roja. Plus, the smaller size packaging is perfect for traveling and every day on the go. Here's a little size comparison for you. If your phone fits in your pocket or your purse, this is gonna fit too. Scentbird allows you to select fragrances from the comfort of your own home and have them delivered directly to your door. Let's look at the two of the scents that I received this month. The first scent is Aqua Sky by Judith Ripka, and the notes are floral, pear, apple, amber crystal, and sandalwood. I have to admit, I've already been wearing this one a lot. I'm obsessed with it. It's floral, it's crisp, it's just so light, but there's that sandalwood in there to make it just like a little bit more of a unisex scent. Either way, it is my new favorite scent, at least for the summer. I genuinely might buy a large size bottle. Next, let's talk about Sydney Rockpool by Arkeist. And the notes for this one is mineral accord, coconut skin accord, Australian sandalwood, driftwood, and narcissus. I didn't think anything was gonna come close to the first scent I tried, but this one, when I smell this, I'm just instantly transported to being on the beach. Something about the smell of the coconut is just so beachy, so beachy. And if you're interested in trying Scentbird, use my code 55Amy or click the link below to get 55% off at Scentbird. You can get the product for half the price. That's just $8. That is a steal. Thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring this video, and let's get on to it. Come in. There. What can I do for you? Oh, all sorts of services. I usually do readings, but all sorts, witches. We dabble in things. Oh, you believe that you've been possessed by demon or spirit? Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. What would you like me to do about that? Well, sweetheart, I don't do exorcisms. It's bad business. We're friends. We communicate. Ousting them of a home is not very nice. But I can. What can I do for you? I can speak with them and ask them to, if they could leave on their own choice. What makes you think that you are possessed by a demon or spirit? Uncontrollable itchiness on the scalp? Well, that sounds like you have dandruff, lice, and you're sure you don't. All right, sit down, let's take a look. All right, let's see here. You don't mind if I touch your scalp? I'm just gonna, fine, okay. So, no lice, no dandruff. All right, getting something here. I have a hunch. I'm going to have to search your scalp and intricately just look in between, if you don't mind, to make sure that I'm right. Because if I am, there's a very easy fix, really. But if not, then you really do have lies. Okay, just going to grab this real quick to look in between, if you don't mind. Okay. How long have you been feeling this phantom itchiness? Okay. And can you describe it for me? Is it a normal? Okay. Sort of feels like something. Okay. 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 So just I'm seeing, if you move your head down, please. Just gonna get to the back here. Yep. Yeah. Just want to see. Right, yep. There is something that I am seeing here. Just want to make sure how widespread it is. Okay. Like underneath here. Just gonna check your hairline here. It's really storming out there, isn't it? Personally, I find it relaxing. I like to watch the rain. Sit outside, smell it. Okay, back to what I'm seeing here. So, have you been doing a lot of worrying lately? A lot of anxiety, uncertainty. Right. So, your scalp is infested with worry sprites. Yes. Worry sprites are not something most humans can see. Only those with a trained eye for the spirits, like myself, can. And they generally show up when someone is doing a lot of worrying or creating a lot of anxiety in their heads about future things or basic things that they cannot control. Now, worry has been known to get worse over time if we don't nip it in the bud. And by nip it in the bud, it's okay to worry sometimes. I just mean we don't want to create situations in our head that we don't need to worry about, or that we don't need to be worrying worry about the problems that are in the now, not made up problems. And that can be difficult when things are uncertain in our lives. So no judgment. It's not absolutely very human, nothing to be ashamed of. But these worry sprites, what they do is, believe it or not, they're actually trying to help. But they show up and make a little nest in your hair and scalp, and they try to ground you by scratching your scalp. And I know that doesn't make much sense, but if you've ever been anxious and instead you have taken a moment to ground yourself, like what you can see, 5 things you can see, touch, smell, hear, grounding yourself, getting yourself out of your head. Something that's very helpful is touch. So when we're having a hard time being too inside our heads, it can be very helpful to just focus on what it feels like when our hands touch our shoulders here, and focus on the feeling, or to focus on your breaths or your breathing. So these little worry sprites are doing their absolute best to help you by taking your mind off of the worry, but unfortunately what they don't realize is they're making it worse, because it can be quite uncomfortable to have an itchy scalp. So whether or not they mean well, we are going to get rid of them today, aren't we? Okay, it's a simple thing. First I'm just going to brush your hair. Let's just get it untangled here. Head forward for me. Back here. It might feel nice to focus on the feeling of a brush on your scalp, since it's actually what I've been told very relaxing. So just feel the feeling of those bristles on your scalp, and how nice it feels, kind of like a little massage, because it makes it easier to remove worry sprites when we're a bit calmer, and when you're out of your head a bit. Otherwise they sort of latch on. So let's do some deep breathing, maybe, if you'd like, while we relax to the feeling of our hair being brushed. Maybe even focusing on the sound of nature outside. Okay. Let's move on. If you're feeling a little bit better now, right? Let's get that worry out of our head. Okay, now I'm going to apply an oil that will help with the removal of the sprites. Just makes things a bit slippery for them and more difficult to hold on to. Your hair is a bit dry, so I might need to add more actually. Yeah, let's go ahead and just continue to add a little bit more. Okay, let's just it's already making your hair very soft. It's very soft. It's very soft. Just gonna get it into your scalp a little bit. If you look hard enough, you may be able to see the sprites. But if you want to close your eyes, it's fine as well. I can do the whole removal process with you asleep, really. It's very gentle. Mostly because the sprites themselves are not evil. They are good, and they're only trying to be helpful. So we want to remove them very gently, so that we do not hurt them. That should be good. Now I have this comb here. These little bamboo bristles will help separate the worry sprites from your hair. So I'm just going to look closely. Okay, just do you see this? Look. Now do you see? This is a worry sprite. Yeah. Okay, let's get it out of your hair Very sweet little guy. He just wanted help. Okay, let's keep looking. I see another one right here. See that? Right there. Right there. This little one. So cute. Okay. See if we can resistant. Oh, there's one back here. If you could just, can you see this one? See this guy? Yeah. Let's look at him. Dropped him. He's alright though. See? Looks a little bit like a set sprite, doesn't he? Okay. It's going well so far. The removal process. Okay. There's one up front. Can you bring your head back? See this guy here? You can see? Yeah. Okay. Just quick. Sorry, little buddy. Oh, they'll be fine. They'll find somewhere else to lay their head. They don't have to survive on a scalp or in between some hair. They just do it for you, actually. It's not that they live there or that they choose to live there. Well, they choose to, but to help. I feel like I see one right here. Yep, okay. Let's get this guy. Another blue one. Blue ones are so cute. Okay. Just your hair a little bit there. So I don't think that there's much more. Let's see. I feel like I'm on the trail. One here running from me. Sorry. Just get the side here. Okay. Hold still for me. Okay. There we go. I got him. Okay, let's head downstairs. Search this side. saved your life, and I think it's because they were the last one. I'm just gonna do one last check, but I don't think I am sensing any more worry sprites. Okay. How are you feeling? Any itchiness at all? No? Okay. Let me know if you feel anything around your scalp, any tingling. Just be very thorough. Make sure that I removed all of them. Believe that we've removed all the sprites, but next I'd like to talk to you about prevention. I'm going to spray your hair and massage in something that can keep worry sprites away, just a little something herbal. But then we'll move on to a little something different. Normally I do readings, and you came to me with worry sprites, which means that you have something on your mind. So if you like, I can help you by doing a reading on your hair. It's very much like reading your palms, but instead I look at your hair. It's my specialization. We'll do that after. Okay. Let's see. Very good. Okay. Now let's work that in. relaxing scent. Just gonna work it into your scalp, okay? Just going to now, before I do the rating of your hair and scalp, I need you to be in the right mindset for it. You're already almost there. I just need you to relax a little bit more. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and just fall into your seat. Okay, I need you to be completely relaxed. I'm going to clear the air, so this one shall do. One more. So just going to shoulders, and the front here, sides. Okay. Good. I need to help you relax a little bit. I have this wooden scalp massager. That I'm going to use on your scalp. I just ask that you enjoy and relax. bit sore back here. I can definitely feel the tension. I'll go ahead and work that out. It's feeling all good. Okay. Are you feeling relaxed? Very good. Now I'm just going to head forward just a little bit. I'm going to use this to look at your hair because it's going to tell me a story, a little bit about you. Interesting. Let's look at these. Okay, so what I'm seeing here in these strands here is a sense of sadness or loss. So you have gone through something recently that has caused this sadness. It's very pronounced. You've been going through a difficult time, haven't you? And it's also telling me that you've been trying to deny these feelings, to push them away, which is only natural to want to push these feelings away. But when it's sadness in relation to an event or a loss or something that happened, you do want to acknowledge it so that you can deal with it and move on. In terms of loss, there is no moving on, but it's more of accepting those feelings and finally facing them. I'm seeing you refuse to admit defeat in terms of moving on from this event that happened. Sometimes we need to be okay with letting go. We need to let go. Accept defeat. Accept that something maybe that we caused ourselves happened, and future. So we need to confront those feelings, feel them, and we need to admit defeat. That you're going to feel these feelings, and then we can continue. But it hasn't been all bad. I see glimpses of hope in here. I see that you have friends and family willing to help you through it, even though you perhaps, let's see, it's telling me that you aren't leaning on them quite as much as you could be, because you feel like perhaps you're bothering them or imposing upon them with your feelings. It's good in moments like this to go to someone that you can trust to speak these feelings to. And remember that feeling your feelings, experiencing them, this is a good thing. And it's not weak. It is very strong because of how difficult it is. It is a strength to succumb to these moments, these emotions that we're feeling. Now, we don't want it to interfere with our lives, of course. We don't want to admit defeat so much, or we don't want to give in so much that they take over our lives, right? We just want to acknowledge that they're there so that we can work through them. Okay, just see. There's something very interesting here. So I get a close look. Okay. I am seeing some evidence of some destructive behaviors, self-destructive. There are some unhealthy coping mechanisms that you have been unfortunately falling to. In times like this, it absolutely happens. It's extremely difficult not to fall into old habits of some destructive behaviors, coping mechanisms that we've learned over the years. But you need to be careful because this could very much lead into destructive behaviors that can affect our whole lives, perhaps, or it can take a lot of time to get out of. Just want to make sure that we stop and take a moment to remember that we deserve the best. You deserve the best. And you deserve to be kind to yourself. And you deserve some healthy coping mechanisms. Okay? To take a breath, go for a walk, maybe have some delicious tea, something that will help you calm down in these difficult times, that doesn't hurt yourself, because you deserve love. You deserve to love yourself. You should treat yourself the way that you would treat your friends and family, because I can see here that you are very loving have a big heart for your family and friends. You are always there for them when it matters. There might be stretches of time where you don't communicate with them or you don't check in, but when it matters, you are always there for them, and I can see that. And so you deserve that same energy. The energy that you give them, you deserve back. So let's ditch these destructive behaviors and be kinder to ourselves. Okay? Let's see here. Any other insight I can get? Well, I can see you have a sense of humor. Oh yes, it says it right here. I'm seeing that another way to help you de-stress is making light of difficult times. That's fine. I myself enjoy doing that. Sometimes it makes the problems feel less big when we laugh at them. It makes it easier for us to take it in, to accept it when we laugh at it. Okay, let's see. What else am I seeing here? You're generally a quick-witted person, aren't you? I can see that. But you haven't been lately. I can see lethargy. You've been tired, most likely due to the sadness, but this lack of energy has really impeded on your problem solving. But something is telling me, I see a lot here that your mind is going in circles and circles and circles. Your mind needs a break from all the stress and worry. And you're doing everything in your power to be logical, to problem solve, when sometimes we need to just take a back seat and see what the universe has for us instead, and let the solution fall into your lap. Because it is causing you so much pain going on and on inside your head about future worries, made up worries, that you're actually making everything a bit worse. And maybe we aren't dealing with the major issue here because we're so busy dealing with the stress and anxiety of future or made up worries, and we're not dealing with the here and now. So I'm seeing that absolutely. But I also see that you're very resilient. You are strong. Your hair follicles here are very strong. Which is how I know that you will get through this. And you need to take some time to take care of yourself. To remind yourself that you are worthy, you are loved, to be proud of yourself for your accomplishments, and to celebrate the little things that you've done. To celebrate anything you've done. Take the time to proud of yourself in the ways that everyone around you is proud of you. Whether they say it or not, they are. So let's take some time and do that. Just breathe. Everything's going to be okay. 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 Don't worry. It's okay. Everything will stabilize. Things will get better. Just ground yourself. Take a moment to ground yourself. Right now you are up here. Everything that's up here is a giant mess. Let's ground ourselves. Here and now. We are in the here and now. And we are relaxed. We are unburdened. We are loved. Everything in this moment is just fine. You are safe. You are safe. You are protected. You are protected. You are safe. Okay. Now, I suggest that you go home and take a nap, eat something delicious. Don't judge yourself for taking a moment to relax and not work, to relax and not think of your worries. Take a moment, read a book, watch a TV show, play some games, whatever helps you to clear your mind. Okay? I will send you off for today. And if you ever need me to remove any worry sprites or do another reading, just let me know. Okay? Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you all so much